Have you ever wondered about the cool role variable play in Python? Think of them as the mind readers of your code, juggling different values as your program does its things. It's like giving data its own personality. Imagine your name changing from Bob to Alice and changing back. Well, in programming, variable smoothly switches the identity by holding different value. How neat is that? Hello, I'm T-Lad. Welcome to Pure Coders. Okay, let's picture it this way. Imagine a box. This box can have a label and you can put stuff inside it. The label helps you to know what is inside. In programming, we call this box a variable. It's like a little storage space where you can keep different pieces of information. Before we move forward, let's take a closer look at what Python does when you run hello-world.py. As it turns out, Python does a fair amount of work, even when it runs a simple program. When you run the file called hello-world.py, the .py part shows it's a Python program. Your editor then uses the Python interpreter to understand the code. For example, when it sees the word print in your code, it shows whatever is inside the parentheses on the screen. As you write your programs, the editor highlights different parts in different colors. It knows print is a function and shows it in a different color. Non-Python things like hello Python word are shown in a different color. This feature is called syntax highlighting, and it helps you to write your programs more easily. Let's talk about print as a function. A function is a built-in block of code that performs a specific task. For example, consider talking to your dog named Buddy. Even though Buddy may not understand everything you say, there are certain keywords like sit, stand, or walk that trigger responses from Buddy. Similarly, in Python, the print function acts like a command. Python doesn't comprehend everything you write, but it recognizes specific keywords or functions. The print function, for instance, will work like instructing Python to showcase text or information on the screen. Now that you have cracked the code on what the print function can do, get ready to level up as we dive into combining it with our variable. I'm going to move my cursor before the first letter and hit enter, which shifts my code down. Let's call our variable message. When I type the equal sign, this equal sign is not the same thing as your mathematical equal to. It means I'm assigning whatever is on the right hand side to the left. So anything I write after this sign goes into the variable message. I'm going to write hello Python word. Then I will modify the second line by changing it to message. And I'm going to run this. We created a variable called message and we connected it to the information hello Python word. Every variable holds some information. When the Python interpreter reads the first line, it links the variable message to the hello Python word text. Moving to the second line, it prints the content link with the message on the screen. Now, let's make the program do more. I'm going to type message equal to hello Python Pure Coders. Then the next line, I'm going to type print message. And I'm going to click on the play icon to run it. In the terminal here, we have an output which says hello Pure Coders. Let's review the code that I wrote. You will observe that I don't enclose variables in double quotes when using the print function. This is because when dealing with variables, quotes should not be used. Let's discuss the rules governing these variables. I will hand the mic over to Mr. Bot to delve into the rules while I take a coffee break.
Rules of variables. Number 1. Variable names can have letters, numbers, and underscores. They should start with a letter or underscore, not a number, e.g., message underscore 1 is okay, but not 1 underscore message. Number 2. No spaces in variable names. Use underscores to separate words. For example, greeting underscore message is good, but greeting message with space in it will cause errors. Number 3. Avoid using Python keywords or function names as variables. For example, don't use print as a variable name. Any name that serves as a function cannot be used as variable. Number 4. Keep variable names short and descriptive. For instance, name is better than n, and student underscore name is better than s underscore n. Lastly, be cautious with lowercase letter I and uppercase letter O, they can look like the numbers 1 and 0. Notes: use lowercase letters for your Python variables. While uppercase letters won't give you errors, they carry special meanings that we'll cover in later part. Stick to lowercase for now. Creating good variable names might take practice, especially as your programs get more complex. The more you write and read code, the better you'll become at choosing meaningful names. Keep practicing, and it will become easier over time. I'll hand over the microphone back to T-Lad as I take a break to recharge. Thank you.
Welcome back. I hope you are all on board with the guide rules for crafting awesome variable names. Now, let's dive in and put that knowledge into action. Programmers make mistakes. It's normal. Good programmers not only make errors, but also know how to handle them effectively. Let's explore a common mistake and learn how to fix it. We are going to intentionally write a code with a mistake. Let's just move that to the second line, and we are going to delete X. Now, let's run the code. Now we have an error. When an error happens, the Python interpreter tries to help by providing a traceback. This traceback shows where the problem is in your code, helping you to identify and fix the issue. The error report points out that there is a problem in line 2 of the file hello-world.py. It specializes that the error is a name error and explains that the variables being printed message hasn't been defined. This usually happens when we forget to set a variable's value before using it, or make a spelling mistakes in the variable's name. In our case, we missed the letter X in the variable name message in the second line. Python won't spell check your code, but it ensures that variable's name are spelled consistently. If it finds a similar name, it may ask if what you meant to use. Now we can try writing another one. We can just move back to our second line and rewrite it as message back. So we are going to run it. The error will not show again. So let's try writing another one. Let's type method equal the double column hello Python pure coders. Then the second line, write print method. Now you can see, although we meant to type message, but we wrote method, and when we are printing, we also print method. We are not going to have any error since both of them are the same. Most programs collect and work with various kinds of information. To make this easier, we categorize this type of information. An example of that is a string. We dive into strings in the upcoming video. Before that, I will provide a practical exercise to assess your understanding of today's topic. The solution will be presented at the beginning of the next video. Let's proceed with Mr. Bot.
Practical work on variables in Python. Declare 3 variables representing your personal information, which include age, name, and city. Print out your age, name, and city variables using the print call function.
What are your thoughts on today's video? Do you pick up something new? Feel free to share your insights in the comments below. I will also share today's Python file for references. If you found this video helpful, consider subscribing and give it that like button a smash. Signing off for today's video. Catch you in the next one. Have a nice day.